the Panama Canal, an engineering marvel, a vital artery of global commerce, and a symbol of human ingenuity. Its closure marks a seismic shift in the world's economic landscape. The year was 1513, a year that would mark a significant turning point in the annals of exploration and discovery. Vasco Núñez de Balboa, a Spanish conquistador, stood on a peak in Panama, his heart pounded with anticipation and excitement as he prepared to unveil a monumental discovery. He gazed out at a vast, shimmering expanse of water. The sight was breathtaking, a boundless ocean that stretched beyond the horizon, glistening under the sun's golden rays. It was the Pacific Ocean, never before seen by European eyes. This immense body of water, so serene and yet so powerful, was a revelation that would change the course of history. Balboa claimed this ocean for Spain. With a sense of pride and duty, he planted the Spanish flag, symbolizing the beginning of a new era of exploration and conquest. He dreamed of a passage, a waterway that would connect the Atlantic and Pacific. This vision of a shortcut, a direct route that would save countless lives and resources, became his obsession. It was a dream that would captivate the world for centuries to come. The idea of a navigable passage through the Americas sparked the imagination of explorers, cartographers, and monarchs alike. Today, the Panama Canal stands as a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. The realization of Balboa's dream, it connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, facilitating global trade and transforming the world's economy. The canal is a bustling artery of commerce, a marvel of engineering that continues to inspire awe and admiration. It is a reminder of the enduring power of dreams and the relentless pursuit of progress. As we look back on Balboa's discovery and the centuries of effort that followed, we are reminded of the indomitable spirit of exploration. The quest for knowledge, the drive to overcome obstacles, and the desire to connect our world are timeless pursuits that continue to shape our future. The Spanish crown, driven by the allure of gold and silver from the mines of Peru, recognized the strategic importance of Panama. The idea of a canal, a man-made waterway slicing through the isthmus, took root. It was a vision of unparalleled audacity for the 16th century. King Charles V, ruler of a vast empire, commissioned surveys for a possible canal route. The Spanish, already established in Panama City on the Pacific coast, explored potential paths. They envisioned a channel that would allow their treasure-laden galleons safe passage. No longer would they be forced to brave the treacherous Strait of Magellan at the tip of South America. However, the dream remained elusive. The technological limitations of the time proved insurmountable. The dense jungles, home to venomous creatures and stifling humidity, were a nightmare for workers. The rugged terrain with its steep slopes and unforgiving rivers mocked their efforts. The Spanish, despite their ambition, were forced to postpone their grand plans. The canal, for now, remained a distant and elusive dream. The Spanish conquistadors, hardened veterans of countless battles, found themselves outmatched by the jungle. These men, who had faced the might of empires and the fury of countless enemies, were now pitted against an adversary they had never encountered before. The dense, humid jungle was an alien world, teeming with unseen dangers and challenges that tested their endurance and resolve. Malaria, carried by mosquitoes in the humid air, swept through their ranks. The disease struck without warning, its symptoms manifesting in waves of fever and chills that left the soldiers incapacitated. The relentless buzzing of mosquitoes became a harbinger of doom, as each bite could mean the onset of the dreaded illness. The fever, the chills, the debilitating weakness, it was a foe they had no weapon against. The conquistadors, who had brought steel and gunpowder to the New World, found themselves powerless against this microscopic enemy. Their bodies, weakened by the harsh conditions and the relentless march, succumbed to the disease in alarming numbers. Mountains, too, stood as impenetrable barriers. These natural fortresses, with their steep slopes and dense vegetation, seemed to mock the ambitions of the Spanish. The rugged terrain was a constant reminder of the limits of human endeavor, a challenge that required more than just brute strength to overcome. Their slopes, treacherous and unstable, made construction impossible with the tools of the era. The dream of carving a path through these mountains was a daunting task, one that required ingenuity and resources that were beyond the reach of the conquistadors. Each attempt to tame the landscape was met with failure, as landslides and collapses thwarted their efforts. Despite these setbacks, the Spanish persisted. Their determination was fueled by the promise of untold riches and the glory of expanding their empire. they pressed on, driven by a vision of connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, a feat that would cement their legacy in the annals of history. They established a trans-isthmus trail, a cobbled road known as the Camino Real. This road, though rudimentary by modern standards, was a marvel of engineering for its time. It snaked through the jungle, providing a vital link between the two oceans and facilitating the movement of goods and people. It became a lifeline, a route for transporting goods and treasure between the oceans. The Camino Real was more than just a road, it was a symbol of human perseverance and ingenuity. Mule trains laden with precious cargo traversed this path, their journeys fraught with danger but driven by the promise of wealth and prosperity. Mule trains laden with silver from the Andes would traverse the treacherous path. These caravans were the lifeblood of the Spanish colonies, carrying the fruits of their conquests to the ports where ships awaited to transport them to Europe. The journey was perilous, with the constant threat of bandits, wild animals, and the unforgiving terrain. Yet the canal, the true key to unlocking Panama's potential, remained out of reach. The idea of a canal that could connect the two great oceans was a tantalizing dream, one that promised to revolutionize trade and navigation. However, the technological and logistical challenges were insurmountable for the Spanish at the time. The 16th century drew to a close. The Spanish, despite their best efforts, had to contend with the harsh realities of the New World. Their grand ambitions were tempered by the relentless forces of nature and the limitations of their era. Spain, once the dominant power in the New World, found its influence waning. The empire that had once seemed invincible was now facing challenges on multiple fronts. The dream of a canal, a testament to their ambition, faded into the background as other priorities took precedence. The grand vision of a Panama Canal, a testament to their ambition, faded into the background. The plans and dreams of the Spanish were left to gather dust, a reminder of what could have been. The isthmus remained a formidable barrier, its potential untapped and its secrets hidden. It would take another European power, centuries later, to resurrect the dream and attempt to conquer the isthmus. The vision of a canal would not die with the Spanish. It would be passed down through the generations, waiting for the right moment and the right technology to become a reality. The story of the Panama Canal is one of persistence, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of a dream that spanned centuries. The 19th century dawned, and with it came a new era of engineering marvels. The world was witnessing unprecedented advancements in technology and infrastructure, transforming societies and economies at a rapid pace. This period, often referred to as the Industrial Revolution, saw the rise of monumental engineering projects that would change the course of history. Among these marvels was the Suez Canal, completed in 1869. This engineering feat connected the Mediterranean and Red Seas, creating a vital maritime route that significantly shortened the journey between Europe and Asia. The Suez Canal was not just a triumph of human ingenuity, it was a symbol of what could be achieved with vision, determination, and advanced engineering techniques. The success of the Suez Canal rekindled the age-old dream of constructing a canal through the Isthmus of Panama. This dream had been envisioned by explorers and engineers for centuries, but the challenges were immense. The idea was to create a passage that would connect the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, revolutionizing global trade routes. Ferdinand de Lesseps, the visionary French engineer who had masterminded the Suez project, now turned his attention to this new challenge. Lesseps was a man of great ambition and confidence, buoyed by his previous success. He believed that the experience and knowledge gained from the Suez Canal could be applied to the Panama project. Lesseps was hailed as a hero in France and beyond. His achievements in Egypt had earned him international acclaim, and he was celebrated as a pioneer of modern engineering. With this reputation, he garnered widespread support and enthusiasm for the Panama Canal project. People believed that if anyone could accomplish this monumental task, it was Ferdinand de Lesseps. In 1881, Lesseps formed the Panama Canal Company. This organization was established to oversee the construction and management of the canal. It was a bold and ambitious venture, requiring substantial financial investment and the mobilization of vast resources. Investors, eager to be part of this historic endeavor, poured money into the project. The promise of a new, shorter route for global maritime trade was enticing, and many saw it as an opportunity to be part of a transformative moment in history. The financial backing was crucial, as the project would require enormous capital to overcome the engineering and logistical challenges. The French, armed with their engineering prowess and driven by the desire to surpass their British rivals, embarked on this ambitious undertaking. The rivalry between the French and the British in the field of engineering was intense, and the success of the Panama Canal would be a significant victory for French engineering. However, the Isthmus of Panama held many unseen dangers. The region was known for its dense jungles, treacherous terrain, and harsh climate. These factors posed significant challenges to the engineers and workers who would be tasked with constructing the canal. The tropical climate, with its torrential rains and stifling humidity, proved a formidable foe. The weather conditions made construction difficult and often dangerous. The heavy rains could cause landslides and flooding, while the humidity created an environment ripe for diseases such as malaria and yellow fever. The terrain itself was unforgiving. The mix of dense jungles and rugged mountains created a landscape that was difficult to navigate and even harder to work in. The engineers had to contend with thick vegetation, steep inclines, and unstable ground. Lesseps, initially confident in his ability to replicate his success in Suez, soon realized that Panama would be a far greater challenge. The conditions in Panama were unlike anything he had encountered before, and the difficulties began to mount. The jungle, it seemed, held secrets that even the most skilled engineers could not overcome. The combination of environmental challenges, logistical hurdles, and health risks created a perfect storm of obstacles. Despite their best efforts, the French engineers struggled to make significant progress, and the dream of a Panama Canal seemed increasingly out of reach. Despite the initial enthusiasm and substantial financial backing, the Panama Canal project began to unravel. By the late 1880s, the harsh realities of the Panamanian environment took a heavy toll on both the workforce and the finances of the Panama Canal Company. The relentless tropical diseases such as malaria and yellow fever decimated the labor force. Thousands of workers succumbed to illness, and the death toll soared. The once promising venture was now a scene of despair and suffering. Pause 2s. The financial strain became insurmountable. The cost of the project escalated far beyond initial estimates, and the Panama Canal Company found itself drowning in debt. Investors, once eager and hopeful, now faced the grim reality of potential financial ruin. The company's stock plummeted, and confidence in the project's success waned. In 1889, the Panama Canal Company declared bankruptcy, marking a devastating end to the French efforts. Ferdinand de Lesseps, once a celebrated hero, faced public disgrace. The dream of a canal through the Isthmus of Panama seemed doomed. Pause 2s. However, the vision of connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans would not die. The strategic importance of a canal was undeniable, and the world still yearned for this vital maritime shortcut. It was at this critical juncture that the United States stepped onto the stage. Recognizing the immense potential of the Panama Canal for global trade and military strategy, the United States, under President Theodore Roosevelt, decided to take on the monumental task. Pause 2s. In 1904, the United States officially took control of the Panama Canal project. They brought with them new strategies, advanced technology, and a determination to overcome the challenges that had thwarted the French. One of the first and most crucial steps they took was to address the health crisis. Under the leadership of Dr. William Gorgas, a concerted effort was made to combat the deadly diseases that had plagued the French workers. Through extensive sanitation measures, mosquito control, and improved medical care, the Americans drastically reduced the incidence of malaria and yellow fever, creating a safer environment for the workforce. Pause 2s. The American engineers also approached the construction with a different strategy. Abandoning the sea-level canal plan favored by Lesseps, they opted for a lock-based system that would allow ships to be raised and lowered as they traversed the isthmus. This innovative approach proved to be the key to overcoming the formidable terrain and environmental challenges. Pause 2s. The American intervention marked a turning point in the history of the Panama Canal. With renewed vigor, advanced engineering techniques, and a relentless spirit, they set out to achieve what had once seemed impossible. The story of the Panama Canal was far from over, and a new chapter of determination and triumph was about to unfold. After a decade of relentless effort, overcoming enormous challenges and the dedication of countless workers, the Panama Canal was finally completed. On August 15, 1914, the SS Ancon made its historic first transit through the canal, marking the beginning of a new era in global maritime trade. The canal was not just a triumph of engineering, it was a symbol of human determination and ingenuity. The world watched in awe as the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans were connected, forever altering the course of international commerce and navigation. Pause 2s. The opening of the Panama Canal revolutionized global trade routes. Ships no longer had to endure the treacherous journey around the southern tip of South America, saving both time and resources. The canal became a vital artery for international shipping, significantly boosting trade and economic growth. It also had profound geopolitical implications, enhancing the strategic military capabilities of nations that could now move their naval fleets more efficiently between the two oceans. Pause 2s. The canal's completion also had significant social and cultural impacts. It brought together people from diverse backgrounds and nationalities, fostering a unique blend of cultures in the region. The city of Panama became a bustling hub of activity, attracting workers, merchants, and travelers from around the globe. The Canal Zone, once a dense jungle fraught with disease, transformed into a thriving community, testament to the resilience and perseverance of humanity. Pause 2s. The success of the Panama Canal also inspired future engineering projects around the world. It demonstrated what could be achieved through international cooperation, advanced technology, and sheer determination. The lessons learned from the canal's construction would go on to influence other monumental projects, such as the Suez Canal expansion and the construction of large-scale dams and bridges. Pause 2s. Today, over a century later, the Panama Canal continues to be a cornerstone of global trade. Its importance has only grown with the expansion of the canal in 2016, allowing larger vessels to pass through, further enhancing its capacity and strategic value. The story of the Panama Canal is a testament to human ambition and the relentless pursuit of progress. It stands as a reminder of what can be achieved when nations come together to tackle seemingly insurmountable challenges. Pause 2s. As we reflect on the journey from the early French attempts to the ultimate American triumph, we are reminded that the Panama Canal is more than just a waterway. It is a symbol of human resilience, innovation, and the enduring desire to connect our world. As we look to the future, the legacy of the Panama Canal continues to evolve. The canal has not only been a monumental achievement in engineering and international cooperation, but also a living, breathing entity that adapts to the needs of our ever-changing world. Pause 2s. In recent years, the canal has faced new challenges and opportunities. Environmental concerns have become paramount, with efforts underway to minimize the ecological impact of the canal's operations. Innovations in green technology and sustainable practices are being implemented to ensure the canal remains a responsible steward of the environment. Pause 2s. The canal's strategic importance has also expanded beyond mere trade. It has become a critical component of global security, with nations recognizing the need to protect this vital waterway from potential threats. The Panama Canal Authority continues to work closely with international partners to safeguard its operations, ensuring the canal remains a secure and reliable passage for global commerce. Pause 2s. Moreover, the Panama Canal serves as a beacon of hope and inspiration for future generations of engineers, scientists, and leaders. Educational programs and initiatives have been established to share the rich history and technological advancements of the canal, inspiring young minds to dream big and pursue innovative solutions to the world's most pressing challenges. Pause 2s. As we celebrate the enduring legacy of the Panama Canal, we must also look forward with optimism and determination. The canal story is far from over. It is a testament to the power of human ingenuity and our collective ability to overcome obstacles. The future of the Panama Canal is bright, and its continued success will depend on our commitment to innovation, sustainability, and international cooperation. Pause 2s. In the end, the Panama Canal is more than just a marvel of engineering. It is a symbol of our shared humanity and the limitless potential of what we can achieve together. As we navigate the waters of the future, let us carry forward the spirit of the Panama Canal, embracing the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead with the same resilience and determination that brought this incredible project to life. Pause 2s. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history and impact of the Panama Canal. We hope you have been inspired by the remarkable story of this iconic waterway and its enduring legacy. Until next time, keep exploring, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.